All right, so now before you start selecting your membership idea and going through the homework, it's important to know what types of membership businesses there are. So there really are only two types of membership businesses. One is a physical membership business and the other is a digital-based membership business. So here I have four examples on the screen of both types of membership businesses. So Netflix, think in your mind, is it a physical or is it a digital membership? So Netflix is a digital membership. It didn't start out that way. Remember back when Netflix first started, it was a place where you could order DVDs and they would send those DVDs to you in the mail. So it would be a physical based membership. Right now it's all streaming video, log in and you're good to go for, I don't know, whatever they charge, 20 bucks a month or whatever it is, right? So Netflix is a digital membership. Over to the right of Netflix picture, we see BarkBox. So BarkBox actually is a dog subscription box where every single month they're going to send your dog a package, a care package of some food, some toys, and so forth. That would be a physical membership, right? Because they're getting something physical in the mail every single month. You look down to the bottom left to Hunt a Killer. So this is a company that actually creates a fun, basically like Clue type box every single month that you get as activity in the mail, all of this cool stuff to be able to figure out who the killer is. That would be a physical membership, right? They could also take this Hunt a Killer, and if they didn't want to send stuff in the mail, they could digitally give it to them every single month, which would turn it from a physical into a digital product membership. If you look at the one to the right, this is Life Coach School. So Brooke Castillo, this is a digital membership. Every single month you pay, it's $300 a month. You can log in and access all of the trainings and her coaches, which hold live classes every single day. So that would be a digital membership, right? There's nothing physical that needs to be sent to your customers on a monthly or quarterly or yearly basis. So hopefully you can start to see the difference between a physical and a digital product-based membership. Now, what's the pros and cons of each? So Josh and myself are, the way we like to do it is digital products. We have physical-based product memberships. But here's the pros. So of a physical product membership, pros is it's usually easier to sell. People just like getting something physical in the mail. It's easier to sell because you can show it. That's what the visual comes in under pros. And there's going to be less chargebacks. And so you're always going to run into people, if they buy something that's digital only, they got to get the email. If that email is sent to the spam folder, they may not find it. And if they don't find it, they can't log into their area to get their digital product, right? So if you're just sending them something in the mail, they have a greater chance of getting that thing in the mail, so there's going to be less chargebacks. The cons is there's usually less margins, so you're not going to make as much per product because you have to buy the actual physical good. If you look at inventory, so a lot of times if you're wanting to do, like for example, that dog subscription box, well, if someone buys your box, you got to be able to send out that box with everything in it. That means you have to pay money for all of that inventory to get started. So it can be higher startup costs and then shipping costs, right? Depending on how heavy your box is, you're either going to have to charge your customer shipping or you're going to have to take the hit of shipping, which is going to lower your margins too. So those are some of the pros and cons of viewing a physical product membership. Don't let any of this sway you either way. We're just sharing with you the reality of both types of memberships. Again, we still have physical product memberships and it still works. And we have digital only product memberships and those work too. So here's some of the pros of the digital product membership. Higher margins, right? So you can create a digital product and you don't have to pay for the physical product each time. So your cost of goods is dramatically different than the physical product. So you're going to make more money per sale. There's no inventory. So you can literally get started day one and not have to order inventory from a manufacturer in the States or in China or whatever and have the product shipped to you. And then there's more ways to offer that thing. So you can package your product differently. Whereas if you're selling something physical, that's kind of what it is. In the digital world, you can change up the name. You can change up, how you're pitching it. You can change up the meaning behind it. So there's a lot more ways to offer that product in the digital space. Cons is the perceived value. It's a lot harder to increase or show the perceived value than it is with a physical product. Because the physical product, you can show it being used, whereas with a digital membership, a lot of it has to be convincing and testimonials and reviews and showing that you know what you're talking about and so forth. So in order to increase the perceived value, it's much harder. So that would be a potential con in the digital space, especially if you don't have an expertise or something to share. Number two, it can be harder to sell because of that thing we just stated. There are going to be more chargebacks. So for whatever reason, customers won't get the email to log into your service or whatever. There's going to be more chargebacks. And then it's kind of cut off on the screen, but there's going to be an increased customer service. So there's always going to be customer service, but especially in the digital space, because people, if they don't get their product or can't find the email, if it went to spam or junk folder, or they don't quite know what they were signing up for, it just happens all the time, then your customer service is going to have to be on point, which it should be anyway. But that's just another con that you probably wouldn't get as much of in the physical product space. You'll get a little bit because if the shipment doesn't get there or whatever, but you can have tracking and you can work with USPS or UPS in order to get that taken care of. But this is just a quick list on some of the pros and cons of physical-based product memberships and then digital product-based memberships. And then we're going to go into the next video, which we're going to actually dive into understanding how you can start actually picking what type of membership you want to actually do. So we'll see you in the next video.